Hello students, hope you are doing well. I'm Ritu Joshi again with the new class. So today before going to start the class, I would like to discuss something with you. Students, this is my last class before the summer vacation. Okay, so we hope that everything will be fine and we will meet again in the school in July. I know that you are missing your school, you are missing your friends. And students, we are also missing you a lot. You all have become the integral part of our life. Okay, school is also an integral part of our life. Okay, so we hope that everything will be fine till July and we will meet again in July in the school. Till the time, whatever I taught you, you should have to learn. Okay, prepare yourself like you prepare if the school is open. Okay, be ready for yourself with the question and answers, with the whatever you have learned, you get ready along with material. Okay, and when we meet again in July, we should meet like you prepared everything. Okay, so please don't disappoint me when you come to the school. Maybe other teachers will teach you, so I should not be listened with them that you don't know anything, ma'am has not taught you properly, that's why you are not aware about the specific thing. So students, watch video again and again, learn the answers which I've given you. Okay, so today let's proceed with the class. So students, once again we are going to start the same chapter number 2, population. Okay, we have done the first two parts. We have discussed the part of this chapter. Okay, we have already learned about the density of population. We have learned about that overpopulation, underpopulation, what is population. We already have learned. The few more things about this chapters are left, which we are going to discuss today in this class. Okay, so whatever I explained you earlier, you must have learned it well and you understood well all these. So let's proceed with today's class. So if we can start with the learning of the last classes, what we have learned in the last two classes related with this chapter, we have learned about the population. We learned about the human resource, size of population, overpopulation, underpopulation, impact of overpopulation, impact of underpopulation, distribution of population, factors influence the distribution of population, physical factors, non-physical factor, density of population and change in population. So in the last class, I told you a little bit about the change in population. Okay, so today's class we are going to start with the last topic which we left in the last class, which is change in population size. So let's proceed with the class. So students, here you can see the learning from this class. What are the learning from this class? We are going to learn today change in population size, which we left in the last class. Then the characteristics of population, working and dependent population, and we will discuss about the population pyramid. Okay, if the pyramid will be there, then how we have to explain the pyramid, which we learn in this class. So are we going to start with the very first topic, change in population size. Okay, what is change in population size? We already discussed in the last class. We learned about what is census. Okay, that is the counting over a period of time. The counting of the people of a area is called the census. Okay, like in our own country, every 10 years the counting of the people has done, which is called the census. Okay, so other thing we have also learned how the change in population has come over the period of time that we have learned in the last class. Here we have again start with the change in population size. So change in population size of the change in the size of population depend mainly on the birth rate and the death rate. Okay, the two terms are very important which show the change in the population size. One is birth rate and other is death rate. So have we going to understand what is birth rate? The number of live births, number of live births per 1,000 people in a year is called the birth rate. Okay, so number of people got birth in a year is called the birth rate. Death rate, the number of deaths per 1,000 people in a year is called the death rate. Okay, so here is the two things for there which impact in the population size: birth rate and death rate. So now students, we come to the next topic, which is factors of change in population size. Okay, what are the factors are there which are showing the change in the population size? So there are various factors responsible for the population change. Some are, the one is the natural increase. How the natural increase show the changes in the population size. Difference between the birth rate and the death rate give the natural increase in population. Okay, whenever the difference is there between the birth rate and the death rate, that give the natural increase in the population. Like we can take the example, if the birth rate is more, okay, and the death rate is less, then obviously the population will get increase. And if the death rate is more and the birth rate is less, then obviously the population will get decrease. Okay, so it gives the difference between these two, give the natural increase to the population, and that is the main factor for the responsible in the population change. Okay, another one is the migration. Migration means the movement of the people into and out of the country, into or out of the area. Okay, when people get migrate from one place, that means they are leaving the place and they are leaving the place and they are going to some other place. That is also give the change to the population. Okay, we'll explain this in the next part. So students, here we can see the migration. What is migration? The term related with migrations are migration. What is migration? I already told you. Okay, the movement of people is called the migration. Okay, we have heard about the migration in these days also, about the term migrants. Okay, the people, those are living in the different state, like people of Bihar, they are living in Punjab, they are living in Maharashtra. Now they would like to return back their own place, their own native place. Okay, so for Maharashtra, they are the migrants. Okay, so because they are not belong to Maharashtra, they belong to Bihar. So that's why they are, because they left from Bihar and went to Maharashtra. That means they are migrants for the Maharashtra. Okay, now there are two terms related with the migration. The one is immigrants and other is emigrants. So we need to understand what are immigrants. What are immigrants is there? Number of people, inward migrants entering into a country. Okay, when the people are coming to the country, they are called the immigrants for the country. Okay, because they are coming from some other place, right? Another term which is related with the migration, that is immigrants. People, number of people, outward migrants leaving the country. Okay, when our country left from our country and they went to US, they went to Canada, Australia, they are called the emigrants because they are going outside the country. Okay, when the people come inside the country, that is immigrants, and when people go outside the country, that is emigrants. Okay, so these two terms are related with the migration. So here we can see some more points about the migration can change the population. How the migration change the population? The first, migration increase the country's population and emigration decrease the country's population. Okay, as I told you, immigration means when the people move, when the people come inside. Obviously, when the people come inside, they increase the population size. Okay, emigration, when the people left from the country, then they decrease the size of the population. Okay, so when immigration exceeds immigration, the population size get changed. Second, migration can take place within and between the country. Okay, migration is not always go outside the country or coming inside the country. It can be within the country also. Okay, it can be between the country, it can be within the country. As I gave you the example, These days we have heard about lots of, uh, I mean, many times in the news we heard about the migrants, means the people, those are from the different state and they are working in the different state. These are called the migrants for the state where they are working. Okay, so this is called the internal migration. Okay, when the people left from their country and they went to other country, like the people of India left their own country and they went to Saudi Arabia, they went to Australia, Canada, or USA. So these are called the that kind of migration is called the migration between the country. Okay, there is migration from less developed countries to more developed country. Maximum migration we have seen between the country, because the people from the less developed country, they are going to the more developed country because they have less facility in their country. They don't have the medical facility, they don't have the education facility, they don't have lots of job opportunities are there. So they would like to go in a place, they prefer to go in a country where they get all these facilities. Okay, they get the better education, better medical facility, better job facility, so they prefer to go in the more developed country. There is migration within the country from rural to urban area. Okay, another migration we have seen within the country, when the people migrate from rural area to urban area because of the less facilities are there in the rural area, less medical facility, less education facility, less job is there in the rural area. So people would prefer to go to the urban area where they get all these facilities. Okay, so this kind of migration we can see within the country. So students, here we can see the pattern of population change. Okay, what kind of patterns we can see in the population change is there in the world. Initially, the world population grew very slowly because of birth rate and the death rate both were very high. Okay, in the initial stage, initial time, if you see in the past time, the world population grew very slowly because the birth rate was very high as well as the death rate too, because the lack of medical facilities were there in the past. So as many people get the birth, as many people died also. Okay, so the growth of population is very slow in the past time. After industrial revolutions, the medical facility and the production of food both were increased. Thus, the death rate declined and the population began to grow at a faster rate. Okay, after the industrial revolution, lots many changes are there in the world. The medical facility got increased, many inventions were there, food production get improved. So the people were not died because of starvation. Okay, which declined the death rate in the world. Okay, birth rate is like that only, but the death rate get declined, so that population grow with the faster pace or the faster rate. Third, the rise of the growth rate of the population led to the number of problems, so the efforts begin to be made to control birth rate. Okay, so we have seen after the industrial revolution, many things got changed which declined the death rate. So population grew faster because there was no control in the birth rate. But after that, when the population grow at the faster rate, so the many problems could arise. Okay, so the efforts has to be made to control the birth rate. Okay, so that resulted in fall in the birth rate has lowered and the rate of population growth also. Okay, after controlling the birth rate get controlled and birth rate become lowered, which also control the growth of the population. Okay, so there are some pattern we have seen in the change in population of the world. Initially grow very slow, then become very fast, and then after also get controlled. So here with this tally, you can see the population growth in the world. Initially, you can see from 1800, 1 billion, more than 1 million years ago, the population was 1 billion. Then 1927, in after 127 years, the population increased 1 billion. That means the population become 2 billion. After 33 years, the population become 3 billion. So too much of time has taken to, you can assume that the first 1 billion changes happen in how many years? 127 years. Second 1 billion changes there in 33 years. Next 1 billion changes there in 14 years. Next 13 years. Next 12 years. And again, when the birth rate get controlled, the population growth get slower. It gets stopped. Okay. It also 7 billion is also get 12 years to be 7 billion people in the world. Okay. So here you can see the pattern of change in the population size. So students, now we come to the characteristics of population. The population of the region comprises male and female, young and old, working and dependent. The proportions of the different categories of people in population help us to understand the qualities of that population. Okay, so if we talk about population, though, so many kind of things were there in the, so many kind of peoples are there, male and female are there, working and dependent are there, old and young are there. Okay, so all different categories are there by which we can easily understand the qualities of the population. Okay, and what they are: age composition, sex ratio, working and dependent population. Okay, so have we start with the first one, age composition. So the first characteristics population is age composition. What is age composition? The population of a country comprises of three broad groups. Okay, the whole population of the country is divided into three broad groups. What are they? The people, those are below 15 years. Okay, they are the young, very young people. 15 years are there. The people aged between 15 years to 65 years. Okay, they are another group of population, and the third one, the people above 65 years. Okay, so they are the three broad categories of the age composition. Another term is related with this is life expectancy. What is life expectancy? That is the average number of years a person is expected to live. It's not surety that person can live that many years, but the average age of a person expected to live is called the life expectancy. Now we have to come to the second characteristics, which is sex ratio. The sex ratio gives the relative number of male and female in the population. It is expressed as number of female per thousand of male. Okay, so two broad categories of the people is there in the population are male and females. Okay, so we can express that number of females per thousand of male. That's called the ratio between the two genders are there. Okay, so according to 2011 census, there are 940 females per thousand of male. That means in India, the less female are there in comparison of the male. Okay, there are many reasons are there because of the less females are there. That's for the which makes the people in many of the society, the women's are not welcome. The birth of a girl child is not finding good in many of the society, which also take to the condition of the less female per thousand of male in India. Another one, this is the contrast to the situation in the developed country where the females have a higher life expectancy and generally outnumber of males. Okay, but if we see the another scenario is there, the females are living more in comparison of the males. That means their life expectancy is more in the developed countries in comparison of the males. Now we have to come to the next characteristic, which is working and dependent population. Okay, first we need to know what is dependent population and what is working population. Dependent population, children aged below 15 years and the old aged above 65 years usually do not contribute in production. Okay, they are not doing any work, so they do not contribute in production. They depend on the working population for goods and services they required. Okay, so that's why they known as the dependent population. Okay, so what are the dependent population? The children aged below 15 years and the old age people above 65 years. Okay, now we come to the working population. The people aged between 15 and 66 years comprise the working population. Okay, 65 years comprise the working population. This section of the population is engaged in agriculture, industry, trade, and other economic activities. Okay, so they are the main workforce of the country. So they engaged in the various activity, and they are the main working population of the country. Okay, so that is uh, 15 to 65 years. So now students, we have to come to our last topic, which is population pyramid. So first we need to understand what is population pyramid. Uh, a diagram which help us to study the age sex composition of the population and also tells us about the birth and death rates and the life expectancy. Okay, whatever the characteristics of a population is there, the study will do with the help of diagram is called the population pyramid. Okay, why we are doing this study? Because such information help us to plan for future needs. So that's why, because it's a graphical study is there which help a lot to plan for the future. So that's why we need to do the study of the population pyramid. Now we take a look at how population pyramid help us to plan future. Uh, the one reason is there, high death rate would mean the need of better medical facility. A large proportion of young people in the population could mean the need for the more school colleges to educate them. Okay, by the study of the population pyramid, we need to know if the birth death rate is high, then more medical facilities are needed, and if more young people are there, then we need more school and colleges to educate them. Second thing, age sex composition is also study of age sex composition is also done with the help of pyramid. Like different countries that the different level of development is there. The population pyramid will help us to understand this better. Okay. So students, here you can see the population pyramid of a less developed country. You can see this pyramid. Okay, so here you can see the few things which you have to notice. In the y-axis, here the age is given. Okay, and in the x-axis, here it's given the population in millions. Okay, and red part is representing the male and the blue part is representing the female. If you would like to see the trends in the less developed country, okay, here they are showing the trends of Kenya, where you can see the last bottom line, the last one, which is in 00 to 04, that means the age 0, the newborn baby till 4 years. Okay, so that is the maximum population is there of the that's here you can see the similarity between there. That means broad base show the high birth rate and the large number of children below age 15 years. Okay, if you see below age 15 years, the broad base is there which show the high birth rate is there. Okay, and another steeply narrowing pyramid shows the high death rate. Okay, the narrow pyramid at the top is there, steep top is there, which is showing the high death rate. Okay, broad base show the high birth rate and the narrow steep top is there, it show the high death rate. Okay, narrow top also show the lower life expectancy because high death rate is there, so that means high that's slow show lower life expectancy is there, so that means the fewer people reaching to the old age. Okay, so that you can see the pyramid of the less developed country. So now we can see the pyramid of the developing country, like our own country, which is in the which is in the developing process. So here we also see the broad base is there. Okay, that means we also have show the high birth rate is there, right? Less steeply narrowing pyramid show falling the death rate, especially among the young people and the large number of people of working age. Okay, that we have less steeply narrowing pyramid, which is showing that the death rate is also less, and especially the young people, and the more people are there of the working age. Okay, if you see the age like
more than like 15 to 19. Then you can see 20 to 24, 25 to 29, 30 to 34, okay, and 40 to 44. So you can see that the more people are there of the working age. Okay, obviously, like in our country, there is a huge differences there between the male and the female, so which you can easily recognize through the red part and the blue part. Slightly broader top, which is slightly broader top is there, which show the increasing the life expectancy. Okay, previous one we have seen the steep top is there, which show the less life expectancy. Here the slightly narrow top is there, broad top is there, which show the increasing life expectancy. Okay, so this is for the developing country like our own country. So here you can see the population pyramid of the developed country as showing of Japan. What is the trends? We can see here the different trends are there. The one trend is there, the equality between the male and female are there. Okay. Second, we have seen the less number of birth hours there, which is the less broad base is there. Third, we have seen the slightly pyramid show the low death rate. Okay, there is no steep top is there, not broad top is there. So it is showing the low death rate. And the broader the top show the high life expectancy, mean the number of people, more people are reaching to the old age. Okay, and more working population is there in the developed country. Okay, so here you have seen the three more different pyramids are there, the one of the less developed, then developing, and then developed countries there like Japan. Okay, you can assume yourself the huge difference is there between these three pyramids. So here we can see the quick recap what we had learned today. We learned changes in population size, characteristics of population, working and dependent population, population pyramid. Hope you understood population pyramid. If you will get the answers of the question on the base of the pyramid, you can easily give the answer of these questions like how many people of this particular age, number of people of working age, what is the life expectancy. So all these answers you can give with the help of the population pyramid diagram.
So students, hope you understood well whatever I taught you. Okay, for the better understanding of the whole chapter, you need to learn it again and again. Okay, more you will do the practice, more you understood. So, dear children, whatever till that time we taught you, learn everything, learn all the question answer, read the chapter thoroughly so that you can able to give the answer within the chapter also. Okay, and in computers, do the practical work. In geography, do the practice of diagrams. Okay, so when you will come back to the school, you will not face any difficulty, right? So enjoy your vacation thoroughly, spend your time to learn new things. I know this time is very difficult for everyone. Okay, so whichever things you can learn inside the home, do learn. Okay, stay safe inside your home. Enjoy your vacation thoroughly. Happy learning to you. Thank you.